the place where we have fun as we learn, and it's all about Standard 6s. I'm Charlie.
And I'm Wanja.
Oh, and I'm Marara. Now, on today's show,
Charlie.
Yes, Marara?
Oh, I'm really excited about today's show. Can't wait to get on with it. You know, I can't wait to see what Masfidi is doing out there and what's going to happen in the Junction Teens.
Wait,
and
Marara,
I also can't wait to...
Marara, you seem a bit hectic today.
Well, I'm fine. I'm just excited. I woke up really early and drank a lot of coffee so I can be wide awake for today's show.
Marara.
Yeah.
How much coffee did you drink?
Quite a bit. Why?
Marara, coffee contains caffeine, and a lot of caffeine can make you overexcited.
Oh, really?
Okay. Whoa. Dial it down. Just next time, drink your coffee with a bit of moderation, okay?
Okay.
Right. Okay, why don't we get started? Let's go to the chill out zone and meet our studio guests. Hi, everyone.
Hello. Well, hello, everyone. Today's buzzwords are all about
Marara, stop. Let everyone say hi to everyone who's watching us at home first. Come on, everyone. Let's say a big hello to everyone who's watching us at home.
Hello. We are so glad that you joined us to the studio today.
And today's buzzwords are all about drugs.
As you can tell, Marara is very excited today. So why don't we tell everyone who's watching us at home what the buzzwords are?
Tobacco, alcohol, bang, negative effects.
Excellent. Now listen out for these buzzwords throughout today's episode and in the next program.
Wait, is it time for Junction Teens? Excellent. I love the Junction Teens.
Yes, it is, Marara. Why don't we go to join our friends in Makutano and see what they're up to in Junction Teens?
That teacher Kimanda has no mercy. How can she just surprise us for math paper tomorrow morning? I see what way you're going. I wonder why they're so excited. But how about me and you study for the maths exam tonight? Me? You? Study? Ha! Talk of a recipe of a disastrous failure. Are you trying to say that I'm not smart? I'm sorry, but you're not exactly Einstein, my friend. Ha! If memory serves me right, I beat you in the last exam.
Bye, everyone. Best of luck with the maths exam tomorrow.
Amishi.
Yes, James?
I was wondering if we could revise together.
As in?
You're good in numbers and...
Oh, sure. Let's do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Great. Yo, see you later. Bye.
Here, I found it.
Hey guys. Amos, what are you holding?
You Junction kid. I thought you guys were cool and smart.
Yeah, you seriously don't know what this is?
A cigarette.
A cigarette? Dude, you Junction Juniors are the boringest kids ever.
It's Junction Teens. And there's no such word as boringest.
Whatever. Look, if you don't know what this is, then you're not cool enough to hang out with us grown and intelligent men.
Wait, I came over to let you know that you should watch where you're going. Don't go bumping to one another.
Hey Junction kid. Look, we lay off the jokes. But this right here, it's bang. Do you know it makes you smart?
Yeah, Amos and I use it to pass our exams. You wanna try it? It'll make you popular and stuff.
Popular?
Yeah, everybody will think you're cool to hang out with.
If you guys think taking drugs is cool, then I'm sorry.
Sure. But you'll be missing out. This right here, it's bang. Do you know it makes you smart?
Brian!
Have you cleared that table yet?
Hey, Pipi. I was just doing my homework.
Okay. Are you alright?
Sure.
Alright, cool. You keep doing your homework. I need to go see someone now, okay? I'll be right back.
Thank you again.
Good morning, class. I hope that you're all ready for today's math exam, okay?
So, are you ready for the exam? I have to go to the toilet.
This thing is conk.
Just the thing you need to pass our exams, eh? Hey, look, it's a Junction Kid.
Don't call me that, because I really do.
Wow, this is impressive. What do they feel like?
Feel like
Yeah, we've never smoked cigarettes. What do they make you do?
they make me feel smarter.
Nice.
Should try them.
Oh, wait. Let's trade.
Good idea. It will make us 10 times smarter.
Yeah.
Here, Brian, take this bang and let us try this cigarette.
Wow, this thing is strong. Are you sure it's not harmful?
Harmful? No way. It's good for you. Like you said, cigarettes good for you.
Guys, the man says coming. Okay, let's go. Hey, boys. What are you doing here? Hurry up and go and do your exams. Everyone, drop your pen and hand me your papers.
That is the easiest paper I've ever done.
Brian, have you been going through my things? Come.
Look, Pipi, I can explain. Please don't tell Shushu. She'll kill me if she finds out.
It's all right. Let's just talk about this, okay? Brian, going through people's personal things, it's not very...
I know, it's wrong, and I shouldn't have done it. But I wanted to be cool. James and Amish always hang out together. And some boys at school told me that I'd be cool and smart if I smoked. Here. I'm sorry I took your cigarettes.
You know, I know exactly what you're going through. I bought these cigarettes when I was just about your age. These guys in my class said that if I smoked them, I would be a man. But
They lied.
yes, they did. Brian, smoking a cigarette or taking any kind of drug doesn't make you a man. If anything, it just makes you sick.
That explains the headache.
Yes, and that's not all that can happen. Like, did you know that cigarettes give you cancer?
You mean it's that bad?
Yes, it is that bad. Smoking cigarettes, drinking alcohol, or any other kind of drug, legal or illegal, has very negative side effects. What if you get addicted, and then what?
I'd have to go to rehab.
Exactly. Do you want that to happen?
No. So, what makes you cool?
You're cool just by being yourself. I realized that the first day I took a puff from one of these cigarettes and I got really sick. You know, sometimes I go to the health center and I see those guys who I used to think were cool. They're not so cool anymore. I keep this pack so that I can remember not to be pressured by anything or anyone. But I think I have kept this pack for way too long. Come on.
Where are you going?
Let's go. This is something I should have done a long time ago. Do you want to help me? Let's go.
Brian, what happened yesterday? You're acting so weird.
Yeah, is everything okay?
Morning, guys. I'm fine now.
What exactly was going on?
To be honest, I thought you didn't think I was cool enough to hang out with you.
What? What? How can you think of such a thing?
It doesn't matter. Anyway, I learned my lesson.
What lesson?
Brian, I want you to be very honest with me. Now, can you explain where did this come from?
Have you heard from Brian since the day Mrs. Baraka came to school on Friday?
No, I haven't. When I went to see him, he was under curfew.
Brian!
Pee, can I?
All right. 10 minutes, okay?
Hi, how are you?
What have you been up to? Well, I've had a long weekend. First, I failed my exam. Then I got into trouble with my grandparents. And the school almost gave me a suspension. But I learned never to take drugs. But Brian, why did you do it?
Yeah.
I guess I just got jealous because you and Amish were always hanging out together.
What? Brian, we always hang out together. What made you think we've changed?
Amish is right. We're your friends. We'll always hang out with you. Now I know. But I should let you know that you shouldn't take drugs. They're not good for you. I'm serious. You think I'm joking?
Whew, that was a really serious episode.
Yes, and I'm really happy that Brian's friends were there for him. Now, which of the buzzwords did you all hear?
Alcohol, tobacco,
Bang.
negative effects.
No, I would never try drugs. I want to be a very, very healthy lion.
That's very good, Marara.
Very, very good, Mara. But you must remember that it's not just the illegal drugs that are bad for you. Also, the prescription drugs that you can get from a doctor can be bad for you if taken in the wrong dose.
No, I'm not going to drink as much coffee in the future.
I know what that sound means. It's time for us to go for another exciting lesson with Teacher Pendo in the Learning Zone on cool words.
Cool words, cool words.
everyone. Hello, Chapin. Welcome to Cool Words. Now, I hope you enjoyed our last lesson when we learned all about drugs. Now, today is a continuation of the same. And to start us off, I'd like us to refresh our minds with a quick exercise. Now, all you have to do is match the words on the board here with the correct definitions. Now, who would like to go first? Yes, Eugene?
Alcohol, a drug in drinks.
A drug in drinks. Alcohol, a drug in drinks. Very good. Now, how about the next one? Yes.
Addicted means longing for something like a drug.
Aha, very good. Longing for something like a drug. Has someone else? Yes, boy?
Dose means amount of medicine to be taken at a time.
Very good. Amount of medicine to be taken at a time. Someone else? Yes, Marara?
Harmful means dangerous.
Very good. Harmful is dangerous. Misuse? Yes, Ali?
Misuse means wrong use.
Misuse is wrong use. And how about our last word? Yes, Marara?
Overdose means too much medicine.
Very good. It's too much medicine. Well done, all of you. I see you remember some of the definitions we looked at the last time, and I hope you managed to join in at home. Now, I would like us to move on and look at ways you can say no to drug taking. Now, if one of my friends offered me drugs, what could I give as a reason not to use the drugs? Yes, Eugene?
Drugs can be bad for your health.
Very good. Now, taking drugs lead to diseases such as cancer. That is a good place to start. You can do this in the hope that your friend cares about their health and wouldn't want to acquire these diseases. Now, what alternative to drugs might you suggest? Yes?
Sports or doing exercise.
Very good. That is a very good idea. Taking part in physical activities can release natural stimulants in the brain. So you don't need drugs, and exercise keeps you healthy.
No, Teacher Pendo.
Yes, Marara.
I know we're talking about serious drugs, but what should I do if I discover my friend is involved in beer taking?
Well, Marara, what he is doing is illegal because he is still a child. Now, if he doesn't stop, you will have to inform an adult, such as his parent or the teacher. Now, alcohol is a good example of a drug that is legal but is still harmful. Now, who can think of another drug? Yes, boy?
Cigarettes.
Very good. That's a good answer. Cigarettes, although legal, are still very harmful and can lead to life-threatening diseases such as cancer.
Now, what if my parent or someone in my family smokes cigarette? How should I handle the situation?
Well, you could start by telling them what you learned in school about the dangers of smoking. And, ask them to seek help in order to stop the habit. They should not smoke in public places or in areas where they will expose the smoke to non-smokers.
Yeah, I don't like it when people smoke around me. I don't like breathing their smoke.
That's true. And the smoke is damaging to everyone around, not just to the smoker. Now, in summary, if a friend is taking drugs, we should... Yes, Ali?
Try and persuade them to stop.
Very good. And if they try and persuade us to take drugs, what should we say?
No!
Very good. We should all say no. Now, later today, I have to visit the hairdresser. Now, when we have something done, like our hair, someone else does it for us. We do not do it ourselves. Now, there are two sentences. One has the correct pattern, while the other doesn't. I am going to take a photograph. I am going to have my photograph taken. Who can identify the correct one? Yes, boy?
The correct sentence is, I am going to have my photograph taken.
Very good. That is right. This is because someone is going to do it for me. Now imagine that you are about to go home at the end of the school when the teacher noticed that there were several things to be done in the classroom. There was writing all over the chalkboard, books had to be collected, the cupboard was not locked, there was paper on the floor, the windows were open. So what did the teacher do? Yes, Ali?
He had the chalkboard cleaned.
Very good. The teacher wanted the chalkboard cleaned. Now, there were other things to be done before the children could leave. Can you all try and express these using the same format? Now, begin with the teacher wanted. Yes, Eugene?
The teacher wanted the books collected.
Very good. Someone else? Yes.
The teacher wanted the cupboard locked.
Very good. Yes, one boy?
The teacher wanted the floor swept.
Well done. Yes, Ali?
The teacher wanted the windows shut.
Wow, those are all great answers.
Teacher Pendo.
Yes, Marara?
I wanted to leave school on time, but had to help tidy the classroom.
Marara, you don't like getting work done. Well, unfortunately, that's all we have time for today, but be sure to join us next time for more cool words. Now it's time to catch up with Speedy in another episode of Out There. Today, he's looking at how people with drug dependency problems can be helped.
We are here with SAPTA, the Support for Addiction, Prevention and Treatment Africa, to see what they do and understand more about how the misuse of drugs affects people's lives and health. This is Naomi. She has kindly offered to show us around and to introduce us to some of the key people who work here to help fight against substance abuse. It is nice to learn about the hard work people do to help others live a happier life. SAPTA is a safe place for people to come and to learn about their addictions and how to fight against it. They offer treatment and recovery programs for people struggling with drug addictions, as well as a well-equipped learning center where they train and qualify passionate individuals to be drug addiction counselors.
Oh, hello, how are you? Good, how are you? Good to see you.
This is Jared. He is a lecturer here as well as an addiction counselor himself. Talking to him, it is clear that addiction is not easy to manage, and once addicted, it is a long road of treatment to recovery. Every individual is unique, but on average, he says that people take a minimum of 90 days or 3 months in the program before they can be said to be in the process of recovery. This process requires regular counseling and a lot of support. Today is going to take us into the Kibera slum to show us an in-school-based prevention program targeting the in-school youth to help them stay free from drugs. We have arrived at St. Michael's Primary and Secondary School in Kibera, where they host the Yes We Can Live Without Drugs Club, also known as the Z to Drugs, meaning no to drugs. Let's go meet the people responsible for this great program. This is David, the young man who pioneered this program in Kibera. And this is William, the principal of the school. He agreed to run the program for the benefit of his students because he realized that for many people who are addicted to drugs, they are no longer able to live a productive or healthy life. Among other negative effects, addicts are often unable to hold down a job. They can become isolated from friends and family and put their family and well-being at risk. In this program, the children are taught everything they need to know about drugs. Did you know that a drug is any substance that alters normal body and mental function? I think it can also affect concentration.
Yes. I think that it can also affect concentration.
Yeah, concentration in the classroom, isn't it?
Yeah.
So to make sure we are safe from dangers of drugs and drug addiction, we must always remember that drugs are harmful to our health. Thank you, SAPTA, and of course, a big thank you to all the great people we have met today. Remember, freedom from addiction, freedom for life. Bye, and see you next time.
Wow, that was really, really interesting.
Well, it's good to know that there are organizations out there willing to help people who have a problem with drugs.
That's right. But right now, it's time for us to go and step into the learning zone. It's time for that math skills. It's time.
It's time for the big three. Big three. Yeah, it's time for the big three. Start the clock. Stop the clock. Start the clock. Stop the. Guys, the big three. Yahoo! Big three. It's time for the big three. It's time for the big three. Big three. Big three. Big.
Welcome to the Big Three, and this is how it works. We have divided you into 2 teams to work 3 mental arithmetic questions.
Whichever team solves the most sums correctly gets to take these wonderful books back to their school, courtesy of our friends, the Longhorn Publishers.
And if we have a tie at the end, we are going to have a tiebreaker question.
Now, here is the sting. You will only hear the questions once. You will only see the questions written down at the end of the game. You only have 5 seconds to solve each sum, and you must write the answers down correctly within the 5 seconds. Anything written outside of the 5 seconds will not count as a correct answer. Are the rules clear?
Yes. It's a real test of your brain power, and you at home can join us as well.
And I am going to keep the time.
Excellent, Marara. Just don't jump the gun this time, okay?
Okay.
Is everyone ready? Here we go with our first sum. 5 times 2 minus 10 plus 6 divided by 2 is what?
Start the clock. Stop the clock. Stop.
I hope you've written the answer for the first sum, because it's time for the second sum. Here it goes. 17 minus 3 times 2 plus 2 divided by 6.
Start the clock. Stop.
Ooh, it's heating up in here. Here comes the last question. 20 plus 7 times 1 plus 1 divided by 4 is what?
Calm down, please. It's end of the game. End of the game. End of the game.
Wow. After that excellent round of the big three, I think we can reveal who our winner is.
Yes, let's see how our friends at the studio got on, and we hope that our friends at home have the answers as well. Can we see the answer for the first sum, Team A?
3.
Ooh, 3. Team B, what's your answer for the first sum?
3.
3 as well. Wow, we have the same answer for the first sum. Let's see if that's the correct one.
5 times 2 minus 10 plus 6 divided by 2 is 3.
Wow! Woo!
Both teams got that correct.
That's right, Marara, and let's hope that they get the second sum correctly too. For the second sum, can we see your answer, Team A, please?
Oh, 5.
That's right. Okay, Team B.
5.
5 as well. Wow, they still have the same answer. Let's see if they get this one right.
17 minus 3 times 2 plus 2 divided by 6 is 5.
Yay! Woo, wow!
Both teams got 5.
Yes, they got the same answer correctly, and let's hope, Marara, that we have a winner for the third sum. Okay, the answer for the third sum, Team A? 7.
That's
Team
7.
B? 7 as well. Charlie, let's see if they get this one correctly.
All right, here we go. 20 plus 7 times 1 plus 1 divided by 4 is 7.
Oh! Charlie, what does this mean?
Well, first of all, it means that we should congratulate both our teams because they've gotten 3 out of 3 questions. But because both teams have answered 3 questions correctly, it also means we have to go into a tiebreaker question. Now, what this means is that each team will hear one sum only, and have 5 seconds to answer it. The first team to put up their hands with the correct answer wins the books to take back to their school, courtesy of our friends from Longhorn Publishing. Are you ready?
Yes.
Excellent.
Okay, here it goes. 8 plus 3 times 4 plus 4 divided by 6 minus 3.
Start the clock. Stop writing. Who was it?
Ha, one boy.
Boy. What's the answer?
What's the answer, Team A? 5. Let's just wait. Let's see if they get this answer correctly. If they don't, you have a chance to work out the sum, Team B.
8 plus 3 times 4 plus 4 divided by 6 minus 3 comes to it comes to 5!
Wow, congratulations Team A for winning these fabulous books courtesy of our friends, the Longhorn Publishers.
Well, don't worry, Team B. You're still winners because you have helped me with my maths.
Excellent. Now, for you at home, I wonder how you did with your maths. But if you enjoyed yourself playing the Big Three, make sure to join us on Thursday for more maths fun along with Teacher Pendo on Hot Numbers. Now, sadly, that is all we have time for today, so we have to say goodbye.
Marara!
Oh, I suddenly feel very sleepy. That's what happens when you drink so much coffee. You crash afterwards.
So don't you go anywhere because we have another exciting lineup for you right here on the KnowZone.
Who can remind us of the buzzwords?
Tobacco. Alcohol.
Bang.
Negative effects.
Good work, everyone.
I'm definitely going to stop drinking coffee and tea. Maybe I should just take energy drinks instead.
Marara, you do know that energy drinks have caffeine in them, just like tea and coffee.
Oh, then maybe I'll just drink water.
You should do that, Marara. Well, now it's time to go visit our friends in the wild. It's time for Wild Zone. Welcome to the Wild Zone. Now, it's time for us to return to Lake Naivasha and see what is happening there.
A hippo is getting hungry. Soon he will pull his great weight ashore to feed. But where? As the sun sets, about 6 o'clock, our giraffe seeks a quiet place. It's not easy, and she's not dangerous. He is. As more and more grazing areas are fenced off, the hungrier he will be. And a hungry hippo is not a happy hippo. Elsamir's manager is very careful. It's a squeezed hippo with a powerful ability. Security looks pretty relaxed. He's seen it all before. But Elsamir, originally Joy Adamson's home, provides a refuge for hippos and an exciting place to stay for tourists. Joy's born free for lions hardly applies here today to hippos. Not only is their aquatic daytime home threatened, but their terrestrial larder is denied them more and more. They're very territorial. So are the flower farms. One zebra made it. No hippo this time. One zebra didn't. Oseria's game warden helps move the traffic victim. Danger to both driver and certainly zebra. A degrading end for a fine animal. Also a victim of the squeeze. Its final gift. Life after death as a swallowtail drinks from a zebra's droppings, recycled grass and water. what the grass is waiting for. In fact, the whole landscape is waiting for. And the people are waiting for is this. How long will it last? Is it the start of the rainy season? Or will it dry up quickly? Climate change? It will affect the Syrian and tourism at its upmarket Chewy Lodge. Certainly the locals on the lake. Because the filth from the slum, where many workers exist, will be washed into the lake. Lovely weather for ducks, maybe. But when the locals go to collect water from the edge of the lake, as they must, they will be repeating a water cycle of personal danger. Soon life returns to normal. Sort of.
Next week on the Wild Zone, we'll be exploring how the wildlife is faring on in Lake Naivasha. Hope to see you then.
Wow, that was great.
Yes, it was. Did you all enjoy it? Yes! Well, we hope that everyone at home enjoyed it as well. Marara, how are you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling much better now. I've drank lots of water. Good work, Marara. Wait a minute. I know what that sound means. It's time for...
Hello everyone.
Hello, Teacher Pendo.
Welcome to Hot Numbers. Now in this week's lesson, we are going to learn how to convert percentages into fractions and decimals. But before we start, I'd like us to go over what we learned in our last lesson.
Teacher Pendo?
Yes, Marara.
Didn't we learn how to convert fractions and decimals to percentages?
That's right. Now, and do you remember how we were doing this, Marara?
Yeah.
Well, not to worry. Perhaps someone would like to remind Marara? Yes, Belinda?
We multiplied the number by 100%.
Aha, very good. That's absolutely right. Now, when we want to convert either a decimal or a fraction into a percentage, we multiply the number by 100%. Now, this will then give us the value of the number out of 100. Now, with our decimal example here, we simply multiply by 100%. So the decimal point moves 2 places to the right, which gives us 68, and we add the percentage symbol there. For our fraction here, 3/10, we multiply by 100. So 3 multiplied by 100 gives us 300, which we divide by 10 to give us 30, and then we add our percentage symbol to get 30%. Is it clear?
Yes. Oh, Teacher Pendo.
Yes, Mara.
Now I remember. Thank you very much.
You are most welcome. Now, if when converting decimals and fractions into percentages, we multiply the number by 100, what do you think we will have to do in order to convert a percentage into either a decimal or a fraction? Yes, Achieng?
We divide by 100.
Very good. When we want to change a percentage into either a fraction or a decimal, we simply divide the number by 100. Now let's work out a couple of examples so that we can understand this concept better. Now if we want to convert 30% into a fraction, we divide it by 100. So we divide this by 100. And when we work this, we get 3/10. Okay? And of course, the percentage symbol is not necessary here anymore because we have turned this into a fraction. Now, who can tell me what is interesting about the numerator and the denominator? Yes, Omondi?
The numerator is the percentage we started with, And the denominator is 100.
Very good, that is right. When you are converting a percentage into a fraction, the percentage becomes a numerator and the 100 becomes the denominator. Now, who can tell me how 59% will be expressed as a fraction? Yes, Modiani?
59 over 100.
Very good. So we're going to write 59 over 100. Well done. How about 76%? Yes, Belinda?
76 over 100.
Very good. 76 over 100. And what about 22%? Yes, Marara?
Oh, that would be 22 over 100.
Well done, all of you. 22 over 100. Now, the same concept applies when we are converting percentages into decimals. We divide the number by 100. Now, the only difference is that we do not leave the result as a fraction. We instead take it one step further and divide the numerator by the denominator in order to get the answer in decimal form. Now, let's look back at the answers we already have on our board. Now, 3 divided by 10 gives us 0.3. Now we imagine that there is a decimal point to the right of 3. Because we are dividing by 10, we move the decimal point one place to the left. So that gives us 30%. Now in decimal form, 30% is 0.3. Okay, so with our next example, remember that our denominator is 100%. So our decimal place is going to move 2 places to the left. Now who can tell me what 59% is in decimal form? Yes, Achieng?
0.59.
Very good. 0.59. How about 76%? Yes, Omondi?
0.76.
0.76. And how about the last one here, 22%?
Oh,
yes, Marara?
That would be 0.22.
Very good. 0.22.
Oh, Teacher Pendo, it's easy. The key to percentages is multiplying and dividing by 100.
Well done, you've got it. Well done, all of you. Well, sadly, we're out of time, but we look forward to welcoming you for more on Hot Numbers. Now it's time for another entry from the Career Zone. This week, we'll be looking at the work of a drug counselor.
Can you tell us a little about yourself?
My name is Brenda Ochieng. I am a substance abuse counselor.
How did you find yourself in this line of work?
It was a long journey. I started off because I am an addict myself, an alcoholic. And so I came to rehab because of my alcoholism. Actually, I came to rehab twice. And in the process, I just got very drawn to this career because of what it did for me. It gave me my life back. And with all this faith that people had in me, and they really believed that every time, even when I relapsed, they would believe that you're serious about it and you're going to get back and you're going to be okay and you're going to be fine, something I couldn't see. So they loved me until I learned to love myself. And when I got better, it is just what I wanted to do. I said, this is the best thing anyone can do for anyone else, to give them their life back. And so I came here to work. I think it was the happiest day of my life.
Did you need any qualifications, training, or experience for your job?
I did a certificate course. I also went and did a higher diploma in psychological counseling. And then now I'm doing my diploma in SAPTA. So 2.5 years for the higher diploma in psychological counseling, half a year for a certificate in substance abuse, and another 16 months for a diploma in substance abuse, as well as experience in between. It's very necessary within the high diploma to do practicum, come back, finish. The substance abuse, if you do a block, you can do 2 weeks and then go for attachment 3 months and then come back and do the block. It's very, very important, I found.
What is the best aspect of your job?
They're not allowed to see the people for a month or call them. But after 1 month, when the people come and is this really this person? And you know, the change that they see when I see that in their eyes, it just makes my day. It's worth waking up at 5 for. It just makes me feel like my job is so worthwhile. I'm making a difference in people's lives.
What are the main challenges of your job?
I think it's still the stigma that is there with mental health. The people would rather not take their people immediately to a psychiatrist. You know, you don't want people to think my son is in a psychiatrist, is going through therapy and all this kind of thing, is in Upper Muthaiga. Whereas that is where they should really be to get the help that they need before that they can even be treated for an addiction thing.
In your opinion, what skills or characteristics does one need in this line of work?
If you're the kind of person who's looking for money, this is not the place. You really put yourself out. I mean, give yourself out. You know, all of you. It's not something you can just do a mind job. The characteristics you need the patience of Job. You need to be a very compassionate person. You need to be a very congruent person. And you have to really, truly care about people. And really love addicts. If you want to be an addiction counselor, then you have to have that love and empathy for addicts.
Looking into the future, do you have an overall career goal?
While I'm here, I want to do all I can do for Asumbi because of what it did for me. Literally gave me my life back twice. I would like to have halfway houses, many of them. What happens is that when people leave rehab, it's very hard to integrate into the real world. Yeah. And sometimes that is why they relapse. The relapse rate can be quite high because you go back and there's nothing to do, there's no starting point, and then it's just easier to slip back into addiction. But if we have more halfway houses, a place that you can go and while you're looking for that job or while you're back in school, you have a safe place every day to come home to that still has the same program. You're reminded, you're helped, you're counseled, you still have the same healthy food, and you try and make your way in the world. I would really like to have those, many of them in different, some of them in more informal settlements and more of outreach work, not to wait for people to get into addiction and come to rehab, but to go out more and tell people the snares, especially young people. These are the snares of drugs, of alcohol, of all these kind of things, so that you don't even get there in the first place. Those are my goals.
Wow, that's a very interesting career.
Oh yes, and I think I could be a great counselor because I am good at talking.
That's probably true, Marara, but you must remember that it's not just about talking, it's also about listening.
Yes, that's true, Charlie. Now, whatever you're planning for your future, we hope that our profiles are helping you make a career choice.
But now it's time for something a little different. It's time for us to put our brains into gear and step into the section that Marara is too scared to watch. Oh yes, it's time for Spell It.
What? Spell it?
Animal, chapter, building, narrow, respect, deep, vegetable, work.
Welcome to Spell It. Muthiani, Achieng, and Ali, you are about to walk out of the shadows into the spotlight to compete for this week's spelling champion. And the winner will walk away with this fabulous dictionary courtesy of our friends, the Longhorn Publishers.
Now each contender has just 30 seconds to spell correctly as many words as possible. If you want to hear the word again, just say repeat. The word will be repeated for you. Each word is worth 1 point, so the more words you spell correctly, the higher your chances of winning. Are the rules clear?
Yes. Okay, Muthiani, you're our first contestant. Please take your place at the spelling zone.
Muthiani, your 30 seconds start now.
Need.
N-E-E-D.
Brain.
B-R-A-I-N.
Misuse.
M-I-S-U-S-E.
Hospital.
H-O-S-P-I-T-A-L.
Overdose.
O-V-E-R-D-O-S-E.
Tobacco.
T-O-B-B-O-C-A.
Medicinal.
M-E-D-I-C-I-N-A-L.
Time is up.
Okay, Muthiani.
Well done.
Well done. Achieng, you are our second contestant. Please take your place at the spelling zone.
Achieng, your 30 seconds start now.
Mood.
M-O-O-D.
Daily.
D-A-I-L-Y.
Crime.
C-R-I-M-E.
Dealer.
D-E-A-L-E-R.
Painkiller.
P-A-I-N-K-I-L-L-E-R.
Depression.
D-E-P-R-E-S-S-I-O-N.
Stimulate.
S-T-E-A-M-U-L-T-A-T-E.
Time's up. Well
Okay.
done, Achieng. Well done.
Achieng. Ali, you are our last contestant. Please take your place at the spelling zone.
Ali, your 30 seconds start now.
Hi.
Repeat.
Hi.
Repeat.
Hi.
H-I-G-H.
Clinic.
C-L-I-N-I-C.
Heart.
H-U-T.
Heart.
H-U-T.
Chemical.
C-H-E-M-I-C-H-A-L.
Medicine.
M-E-D-I-C-I-N-E.
Addicted.
Time's up. Well done, Ali. Well done. Well, after that, a spectacular round of Spell It, I think we can announce the results. In reverse order. Third place, we have Ali. Let's give him a big round of applause. Which leaves us with Achieng and Muthiani. Now, Muthiani, you misspelled the word tobacco. Achieng, you did not complete the word stimulate. That being said, in second place, we have Muthiani, which means today's KnowZone spelling champion with a total of 6 points. Let's put our hands together for Achieng. Step forward, Achieng. Congratulations, you are today's KnowZone spelling champion. Here you go. Show everyone at home your dictionary. Let's give a big round of applause, everyone.
Step back. Well done, Muthiani and Ali. We have fabulous gifts for you just because you got all those words correctly, and we'll give them to you at the end of the show, courtesy of our friends, the Longhorn Publishers.
That's right. Now, after that wonderful round of Spell It, I think we all deserve a break. So why don't we sit back, relax, and enjoy another exciting tale from our friends in the Bus Stories.
Hey, keep that noise down.
Stop it. You'll get us all into trouble. You let them fight. It might be fun. Do something.
Or maybe if we told them a story, they wouldn't fight.
I know this great story about a great battle. There was so much blood.
I think Raha should tell us the story this time.
Once upon a time, there was a bus that could take people to wherever they wanted to go.
One day, while traveling, the pupils asked driver Chuma to stop the bus, for they had finished drinking all their water and needed to borrow some. "We are thirsty," they cried. So Chuma landed the bus at the nearest house that he saw. The house looked scary, and some of the pupils were reluctant to leave the bus, but they were very thirsty. The pupils went cautiously into the house and opened the creaking door. What did they see? A lonely girl seated in a corner, all alone. "Hello, can we borrow some drinking water?" asked Boomba. The girl looked up at them with sad eyes. and pointed down the path. She does not speak, answered Speck. All right then, said Zawadi, using her hand to indicate a drinking motion. Take us to the place where we can drink water.
The little girl led them to a pond which had clean, sparkling water.
A story about water? This is so boring.
Specs, don't be so rude.
Don't listen to him, Raha. Please continue.
So the girl led them to this pond, but there was very little water, enough for only one person. Yet, all around the river were thirsty-looking people, seated hopelessly looking at the water.
Every time one person tried to go to the pond, another one would run towards the same pond, and they would both fight each other away from it. Have you noticed that they do not have the same voices at all? Asked Raha. Well, good for them. As for me, I am thirsty. I am going home to get some water, yelled Zawadi, whizzing towards the pond. In a flash, the whole group jumped and surrounded the pond, and Zawadi hit her head against them. Specs got hold of the little girl and used his magical powers to read her mind.
You see, the story always gets more interesting when I'm involved.
Shh! So Specs interpreted her thoughts. The villagers had been cursed to not have a voice until the day they stopped fighting and learned how to share the little water that there was.
But how were they going to teach the villagers and lift the curse? Boomba suggested that it wasn't their problem and started to make his way back to the bus. Before they could discuss the matter further, a villager tried to get some water, only to be repelled by the other group. Then the two groups started to fight. The magical four had made the situation worse. They had to do something. The magical four decided to work together to teach them a lesson. Raha let out a loud yell that distracted the fighting people, and Boomba made himself invisible. He slithered past them and into the mouth of the pond. He scooped the little water that was remaining. The people begged him to give them the water, but Specs went to the front and faced them. People, there is so much here for everyone. All you need to do is to stop fighting. Sit down and agree who will go first and who will go second. Here, shake hands you two. Let one of you go. As soon as they shook hands, the water in the pond increased. The first two scooped the water. The next two shook hands and agreed who will go first. As soon as they shook hands, the water increased. One took his drinking water and the other his showering water. An old lady needed to get some water to quench her thirst, and as they parted ways for her, the water increased. Oh, cried the little girl to Specs, you have made our people talk. Now I am happy here. She reached forward and kissed Specs, who blushed until his spectacles turned pink.
This is how it should be. When people fight, problems increase. But when people talk and solve their problems, life becomes better and also it becomes happier.
So, are you two going to carry on fighting?
Sharing is the best.
It was a good story. Any story with me as the hero is obviously going to be good.
But it was about teamwork.
Wow, that was a great story. I mean, everyone in the bus works well as a team.
Yeah, just like you, Charlie, and I.
Oh, Marara, that's so sweet.
And that sweetness is the perfect way for us to end our show today.
That's right, and you have made the show really fun.
Yes, and we loved having you in the studio helping us. As for you at home, thank you so much for tuning in. Come on, everyone, let's say goodbye.
Bye.